Hey friends, Ash here. Welcome back to Gents. Hope that you're doing well. We are pulling a Fleetwood Mac today. We're talking rumors.
I hear there's rumors on the internets.
Also just stuff that is not rumors that are already gonna be coming out, but also rumors. That's right guys, it's time to talk about some upcoming new fragrance releases that you guys have to look forward to. We have been blessed at the beginning of the year with all kinds of new announcements, which means that probably here in a couple months, it's gonna be like the Sahara Desert, just getting a whole bunch of nothing except middle fingers from all these brands. But for now, let's be happy. So what's on the docket today? Well, we've got a new L'Odyssey, we have a new Dolce & Gabbana, we have some potential new releases from Jean Paul Gaultier, from Paco Rabanne, from Chanel. Also, Club de Nuit again? Another one. Yeah, but that's not all. No, there's something bigger than that. Way bigger than that. A Davidoff.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the?
Yeah, I should have led with that one. That shouldn't have been the last one. Yeah. Oh well. A lot of this information is being pulled from iFragrance Official. Other bits of information have come from some of you guys out there. So as I work through these rumors, I will shout you out. Yes, you. And you back there. Where do we even get started? So much to talk about. We'll do one of the ones that's been announced officially, and then some of the rumors, and kind of just hop back and forth. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's start things off with a little whimper with that new L'Odyssey Pour Homme Eau de Parfum from Issey Miyake. I can only assume that Issey Miyake has looked at what the other brands have been doing with the Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, Parfum, Elixir, Absolu, whatever, and they went like, wait a sec, we forgot to do that too. So now they're getting started. They're finally getting up on that horse with the Eau de Parfum, and you can kind of tell because in the picture, the media picture for this fragrance, they have like the Eau de Toilette over here, the Eau de Parfum over here. You just know they're setting it up for the Parfum. Let's read about it. The new L'Odyssey Pour Homme is the new refillable fragrance for men. That is just a rip-roaring sentence. It's a great way to start. Hey guys. This new L'Odyssey Pour Homme is a new fragrance for men. It's okay. I'll see myself out. Discover the intensely masculine fragrance which draws its inspiration from the ocean, nature's incarnation of power and mysteries that are yet to be discovered. Experience an olfactive journey with this new odyssey from Issey Miyake. All right, I dig it. The new fragrance takes its cues from the depthless water of the ocean, as the house always seeks innovative ideas to develop. With a spicy burst of Sichuan pepper that brings solidity and signature quality to the composition, as it develops, it reveals a daring heart of fir balsam melding into the woody intensity of cedar wood at the dry down for a fragrance that exudes refined masculinity. So, note breakdown wise, as of right now, very simple. Sichuan pepper, fir balsam, cedar wood. And I'm assuming aquatic notes as well, right? Because it takes its cue from the depthless water of the ocean. And at least last time I checked, fir balsam and cedar wood don't grow in the ocean. So I'm assuming that it's going to be aquatic as well, woody aquatic. But one thing that is missing there is the yuzu, which is kind of one of the big selling points of the original Eau de Toilette. It gave it a different citrusy opening, especially compared to the other fragrances that were out at the time. Because for a lot of people, you know, the original L'Odyssey is kind of like that one, and Aqua de Jo, the original, kind of helped spur this new movement in men's fragrances. They even have like a similar color scheme as far as their bottle design goes. But on their little picture that they have of all the different L'Odyssey fragrances, they have an arrow with intensity going that way, or is it that way? Whichever way. And it has this one as the most intense of all the L'Odysseys. Sichuan pepper, fir balsam, cedarwood. Powerful and intense, woody, aquatic. So there it is, the new L'Odyssey Pour Homme Eau de Parfum. We'll see how it is when it comes out. I would love for Issey Miyake to come out with some fragrances that really hit in a big way and help that brand kind of take off, yeah, at least in the US. For the most part, a lot of their releases kind of come and go and people just shrug. So I'm hopeful this one hits in a really good way. We'll have to see. All right, let's dig into a rumor, a juicy rumor. So this one, I'm not supposed to shout out the person, so you know who you are, but they provided me with some launch dates and names of upcoming fragrances. Now, some of these are ones that we are aware of already, right? Le Male Elixir Absolu. Carolina Herrera, Very Good Girl Elixir. Bad Boy Elixir, Phantom Elixir. We know these ones, right? But there are a couple that jumped out at me. Now, there are no notes at this point, no pictures just yet, but according to this information, Paco Rabanne coming out with a new Invictus called Invictus Victory Absolu. And according to this, it's supposed to hit retailers in May. Now, obviously, having no more information other than that, I can't tell you, what the note breakdown is gonna look like, what the, presentation is gonna look like color-wise or anything. But I am a huge fan of Invictus Victory and Elixir. So Invictus Victory Absolu, I am looking forward to that in a huge way. And there's one other thing that jumps out a little bit. And this is Jean Paul Gaultier, and it says that this is in July, is when this is supposed to come out, late July. Le Beau MB, which, what would that mean? Who knows? Because of course there is Flower Edition, which has already come out. It's only available though right this minute as I'm shooting this on Jean Paul Gaultier's website, but I am assuming that they're not gonna wait, 5+ more months before they release that into retail stores, right? Because this is the launch times for things in retail stores. So assuming that Le Beau MB, M as in Mary, B as in boy, does not mean Flower Edition, that could mean that there's going to be a second Le Beau release later this year. I'm assuming if it comes out in July, it's not going to be announced officially for what, at least a few more months. But yeah, something to keep your eyes open for. Le Beau MB. All right, next up, let's talk that Dolce & Gabbana. This is K Parfum. Yay. Another K. So they already came out with Devotion Pour Homme, which that one is fine. I don't hate it, but I'm not really in love with it. And now we have another K release. And so far, still no word on a new The One or Light Blue or just Pour Homme. So yeah, this is what Dolce & Gabbana has to say about this one. A darker and deeply contrasted version of Creamy Fig, the protagonist of all K by Dolce & Gabbana fragrances, now even sweeter and more addictive thanks to the addition of Licorice Absolute. To give boldness and character to the fragrance, the base is entirely built around woody notes of sandalwood. So no breakdown, Licorice Absolute, caramelized fig, sandalwood. I myself have not been the biggest fan of the K line. Some of them I like more than others, of course, but by and large, it's not a fragrance line that has really worked extremely well for me. I do know some people out there though that love K and absolutely rock with it and get every single one and really love them. I will say I'm maybe a little more interested in this one, just in the sense of the caramelized fig and licorice combo. I'm interested to see how that works out. So there is another K headed our way before too long. All right, next rumor, and it is another blue fragrance, not K though. This one is a new rumored Bleu de Chanel. Ooh. That could be pretty big, I feel like. Now this is still one of those rumors where there's like just a little smoke going around, but also a photo of the new Bleu de Chanel, which is called EXCLUSIF. Or technically L'Exclusif, but I'm just gonna say Exclusive because that rolls off the tongue a little easier. I don't like that whole YSLY elixir thing. I just end up sounding stupid, so I'll just say elixir. Now this is one that is not fully set in stone or anything like that. There haven't been any announcements just yet, but there has been stuff that started to pop up. And so obviously, if Chanel does come out with Bleu de Chanel Exclusif, that would be pretty huge, especially because I feel like personally, and I also feel like other people would view it as almost Bleu de Chanel's answer in some ways to Sauvage Elixir, right? Sauvage Elixir came out and just kind of elevated that whole Sauvage line, or at least that fragrance anyway. It's like the elevated, highest end Sauvage. And if you're gonna come out with something called EXCLUSIF in the Bleu de Chanel line that's, you know, not seen any new releases for a while, that's gonna get a lot of people really hyped up. And it wouldn't really surprise me to have them come out with something because they did finally release a new fragrance last year with Superleggera. So maybe they finally kind of looked around and took stock of everything that's going on and they went, maybe we should put something out there. Yeah. So there it is, as you can see, Bleu de Chanel EXCLUSIF. We'll see if that comes to be, and if so, when. Obviously, no notes or anything at this point. Hopefully it's not fake, and we can find out more soon. Also another rumor, the new YSL Myself is supposed to be announced before too long, and the word is that that one is going to be called Absolu. Or I think technically what I had heard is that it's going to be called Myself L'Absolu, like L Absolu. You remember what I just said, L'Elixir? Yeah, that whole thing. So I'm just gonna call it Myself Absolu. That just is, again, it just sounds easier. Unfortunately, no pictures or anything like that at this point. And for any of these fragrances that I'm talking about that are rumors, should those get more information here in the next week or next month or however long, I'll make sure to do an update video where I give you guys the full note breakdown, the rundown from the brand, all that stuff. But as of right now, we have just that YSL Myself is getting a new flanker, and it is called Absolu. All right, next up, let's do not a rumor, but something that's probably kind of a pain for everybody who is a fan of this line. So I got sent this from Ali. Shout out to you, Ali. Thank you so much. There is a new Club de Nuit Intense. Again, there are a lot of Club de Nuit fragrances, but specifically Club de Nuit Intense, there are many options out there. And now there is yet one more. And this one is called Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man Absolu. Again, shout out to Ali for this information. He found it at the Dubai airport. And as you can see here, it says that it is a Parfum, a special edition, and also Dubai duty free, right there on the front of the packaging. And also on the back of the packaging, you can see it says exclusively for Dubai duty free. Yay. And it looks like it has a different packaging style as well, kind of like that amouage style, the older amouage style, where you would lift it up like so and then the bottle would sit down in the base of the box. That's how it looks like this one is done up. I can only assume Club de Nuit Intense Man Absolu may be a clone of Absolu Aventus. I mean, that's just my assumption. I could be wrong, but I mean, so like I said, this is gonna be frustrating for a lot of people out there who collect Club de Nuit Intense fragrances, or just Club de Nuit fragrances in general, really enjoy the line, because now there is a special edition, which for now at least is only in Dubai duty free. I'm going to assume that at some point that's going to matriculate to discounters in the US and become available. It would not surprise me if in the short term some people scoop these up and throw them on eBay for some ridiculous prices or something like that. But hopefully these make their way to discounters sooner rather than later, so that if people are interested, they can scoop one up. So there it is, a new Club de Nuit Intense Man, this one Absolu, and a special edition. And how about one more? This one is from Spicy Boy.
Spicy meat. Yeah, boy.
So he actually has a TikTok channel. He's from Italy, and the TikTok channel is at @the_spicy_boy_. So shout out to him, thank you so much. But he sent me some information about some upcoming fragrances. First off, the Dolce & Gabbana K that I talked about before. He sent me some photos of that one, like a tester box and everything else. But then also another upcoming release, which is Scandal Pour Homme Intense, which as you can see there says it is an eau de parfum intense concentration. But unfortunately at this point, again, no notes or anything like that. And I'd actually asked iFragrance Official, like, hey, have you heard about this one, the Scandal Intense? And they said yes, they've heard about it, but they're trying to get more information on the fragrance and everything. So that one looks like it's pretty much just a done deal. Scandal Intense, it just hasn't been officially announced with like the note breakdown and the media photos and all that stuff. But that one I would say you can probably expect anytime now, a little more information on. And I myself am a massive fan of the Scandal line, especially Scandal Absolu. I think that stuff is fantastic. So this is one that I'm obviously really excited for. Can't wait to get it in. That's what she said. And I'm hopeful that it pushes the scandal line a little bit further, you know? I hope it doesn't like retread too much what the other three have already done. So those are some of the rumors that I've gotten information from you guys on, and also some of the things that people are talking about online. And I'm sure there's going to be even more that comes, you know, more rumors, fragrances that get announced out of nowhere. I'm just trying to keep you guys kind of informed on what I'm hearing. And like I said before, when I get more information on those, I'll let you guys know. Let's go ahead and finish things off with that Davidoff. This one is called Indigo. Introducing Davidoff Indigo, an embodiment of a charming and positive masculinity. The fougere woody fragrance reflects the time when the sky unites with the sea, when the possibilities are endless. Combining cool peppermint with fragrant lavender and tempting notes of sandalwood, the new fragrance invites you to explore the world. It lasts long and is the impeccable scent to invigorate your senses for any situation. It comes in a sleek flacon with dark blue hues, which reflect its sensuality. So that note breakdown is about as boring as you could get. Lavender, pink pepper, sandalwood. Not really telling us too much. Yep. But I would be a liar if I said I don't have a little soft spot for Davidoff, and I do like when they come out with something and pretty quickly it hits discounters for like 25 bucks. Especially nowadays with things getting more expensive, it feels like every 2 seconds. Having a nice little daily driver cheapie, that sounds like an okay thing to me. So even though it doesn't sound ultra exciting, I'm hopeful that it's gonna be one of those ones that's actually low-key really good and cheap. All right, guys, that'll do it. So let's recap. New Lodisi, new Davidoff, upcoming new Scandal, new Myself, new Bleu de Chanel, new Invictus, possible new Le Beau. Lots of possibilities. Shout out to every single one of you out there that gave me that information so I could share it with all of you watching. Let me know which of these fragrances you're looking forward to the most. Assuming that they all come out this year, I would say of this lineup, probably the Bleu de Chanel and the Invictus would be the ones I'm looking forward to the most, even though I know absolutely nothing about them. Just the idea gets me excited. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.